The Hoops were back in action yesterday as they beat Motherwell 3-0 away from hope to keep warm at the top of the Scottish Premiership. In today's video, we will discuss some of the talking points from the game, whilst also going over some of the latest Celtic news and why the Hoops are set for a record-breaking deal. There is so much to cover in today's video. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Aston Villa have emerged as frontrunners in the race to sign Hammarby's promising young winger, Basu Manature, a player also on Celtic's radar. Celtic's chief scout Jay Lefebvre was recently sent to watch the 18-year-old in action as interest in the Ivorian talent grows across Europe. Clubs like Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Eintracht Frankfurt and Bayer Leverkusen have also scouted Toure, but it's Villa who currently lead the pursuit, according to Football Skanalen via Record Sport. Since joining Hammarby from Ivory Coast in March this year, Toure has quickly made a name for himself. Known for his left-footed flair on the wing, he primarily plays on the left but is equally adept on the right, making him a versatile attacking asset. The Swedish club have set a hefty price tag of £8.3 million for the winger, with any potential deal would require suitors to meet Hammarby's valuation in full. If Celtic want to bring Toure to Glasgow, they'll need to be prepared for a high-stakes bid in a competitive market. The Hoops have shown a willingness to spend in recent windows, with Adam Ider joining for an initial £9.5 million and Arne Engels setting a new club transfer record at £11 million on deadline day. However, with Premier League clubs now involved, the Scottish champions face stiff competition if they are to secure Toure's signature. In other news, Adidas and Celtic are keen to extend their current kit deal due to the success of their kit sales and brand recognition, as talks are ongoing to seal a record-breaking deal. The current kit deal between Adidas and Celtic FC started in the 2021 season and runs until the end of the 24-25 season. Celtic hailed their bumper 5-year agreement with Adidas as the biggest kit sponsorship ever to be announced across Scottish sport. The partnership between Adidas and Celtic has been a huge success. In 2023, Celtic broke into the top 20 best-selling clubs' kits of the year, generating a staggering £29 million in sales. The extension is set to break Celtic's record and the current record for a Scottish club. Former Celtic striker turned pundit Chris Sutton is delighted for Hoops midfielder Luke McCowan following his goal against Motherwell yesterday. The midfielder made his first Hoops start against the Steelmen at Fir Park and did himself proud. Fans had been calling for McCowan to get the nod for a while, and off the back of an arduous European trip, Sunday felt like the ideal opportunity for him to finally get it. In the middle of the park, the 26-year-old perfectly slotted into the team. McCowan was never afraid to have a pop at goal, and his strike itself was an individual piece of brilliance. Picking up the ball in the final third, McCowan sublimely nutmegged his man before striking the ball through the legs of another Motherwell player and into the bottom right corner. Because he is one of their own, the Celtic supporters have taken to McCowan since he joined the club on transfer deadline day. He always leaves everything on the pitch and, much like the fans, Sutton couldn't hide his happiness for the former Dundee man yesterday. "It was comfortable for Celtic in the end against a stubborn Motherwell," he said. "Delighted for McCowan, terrific finish." With several key players such as Cameron Carter-Vickers and Greg Taylor returning to fitness, Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers faces several selection dilemmas heading into Wednesday's match against Dundee. Celtic's games are coming thick and fast, with the D's visit to Glasgow's East End kick-starting a run of 3 matches in 7 days. In some other news, former Celtic boss Ange Postecoglou has been labelled one-dimensional by Michael Owen, who believes the Australian's expansive style may not be suited to the demands of the Premier League. This criticism followed Tottenham's recent 1-0 defeat to Crystal Palace, which has sparked debate about whether Postecoglou's approach will hold up in England's top flight. Since leaving Celtic for Tottenham, Postecoglou's reputation has divided opinions. While fans and pundits alike appreciate his straightforward personality and attacking philosophy, there's an ongoing debate over whether his style can sustain a title-winning campaign in the Premier League. Owen is the latest to weigh in, expressing doubts about whether Postecoglou's commitment to attacking football can truly compete with the league's demands. Speaking to the wide world of sports, Owen said, "He plays great football. I suppose there's a little split. In terms of popularity, there is no split. Everybody loves him, loves his interviews. He's very direct, very straight. He's got a sense of humour. He plays in a really attractive way. From that point of view, everybody loves him." Owen added, But from the way he plays and whether he can go and win a Premier League, there is a split. I think fans, pundits, etc., doubt whether you can be that open, that expansive, and that one-dimensional to go and win a league. When I say one-dimensional, I don't mean the way they play, I mean it's this way or not. This isn't the first time Postecoglou has faced scrutiny for his tactical approach. Although initially criticised at Celtic, his high intensity and attacking style delivered silverware and an eventual treble, proving hugely effective in Scottish football. However, critics south of the border question whether his all-or-nothing tactics can survive the pace and defensive organisation in the English game. With Tottenham aiming to break their long-standing trophy drought, Postecoglou must prove he can adapt and evolve his tactics to suit the challenges of the Premier League. Whether he will is a different equation, though. Lastly, Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers has sent a message to those on the fringes of his Celtic squad, explaining how every game isn't just about the starting Ainsley. It comes after the Hoops romped to a comfortable 3-0 victory at Fir Park yesterday, in which the boss shook up his starting team. Captain Callum McGregor missed out through a late injury, so Luke McCowan came in. Paulo Bernardo replaced Arne Engels, with James Forrest and Kyogo Furuhashi also returning to the front line. Despite making 4 changes to the lineup in Bergamo, there was no drop-off in Celtic's performance levels. A shaky opening few minutes were soon swept aside, as goals from Luke McCowan, Alistair Johnston, and substitute striker Adam Idah sent the boys on their way to victory. Boss Rodgers must use his full squad, particularly during the current arduous period of fixtures, and that was the message he sent out post-match at Fir Park yesterday. He said, "I've told all the players that they all have a role to play. Don't ever think it's just about the XI, because with how we work and with the number of games, the energy we have to put into games, they all know they have a big contribution to make." We were able to rest Arne Engels, who's come in as a young player and played so many games. The distance he covered in midweek was huge. Having the ability to be able to do that, I'm very grateful to the club for getting the players in that allow us to do that. Celtic's squad depth will be put to the test over the next week because, starting on Wednesday against Dundee, the Hoops have 3 games in 7 days. The likes of Cameron Carter-Vickers and Greg Taylor returning to fitness at such a juncture is hugely beneficial for Rodgers too, as he aims to make progress on both the domestic and European fronts. What did you make of what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.